This is humanity's first permanent lunar base, a self-sustaining structure built from the dust of the moon itself. The crew has just completed the final checks. After decades of dreams and decades more of planning, the outpost is now operational. It has no official name, but among those who live here, it's simply called the base. Built inside the rim of Shackleton Crater, near the lunar South Pole, the base receives near-continuous sunlight. This sunlight powers solar arrays stretching across the regolith like black petals. The panels track the low sunday along the horizon, converting photons into the electricity needed to power life in a place where no life was ever meant to exist. Why was the moon chosen for permanent habitation and not Mars? Because it's closer, just 384,400 kilometers away. A message takes barely a second to reach Earth. Resupply missions can arrive within days. The environment is still hostile. No atmosphere, no magnetic field, deadly radiation, and frigid temperatures. But it's manageable, survivable. The base was not launched from Earth in one piece. It was built in place, printed layer by layer using 3D printers fed with lunar regolith. The design resembles a series of interconnected domes, half buried in the moon's surface. From the outside, they look like boulders. But beneath the layers of dust and basalt, they are airtight habitats, pressurized to Earth normal levels and kept at a constant 21 degrees Celsius. The habitat's walls are 3 meters thick, not for strength, but for protection. Space is silent, but not safe. Cosmic rays, solar radiation, micrometeorites. These are constant threats. The regolith provides shielding. Inside the walls, there are 3 layers: printed stone, flexible membranes, and thermal insulators. This sandwich of materials ensures safety, warmth, and breathable air. How does the base sustain life? Every breath of air, every sip of water, every bite of food, all are products of a closed-loop system. Oxygen is split from ice mined beneath the crater floor. The water is extracted, purified, and recycled endlessly. Nothing is wasted. Human waste is processed and returned to hydroponic farms as fertilizer. These farms grow leafy greens, tubers, soybeans, and even strawberries, all inside stacked shelves under LED lighting. The LED lights simulate sunlight. They shift in color temperature across the lunar day to maintain human circadian rhythm. Artificial day and artificial night. Without it, the crew would suffer disorientation, insomnia, depression. In space, biology needs help. But not everything is artificial. Outside the main habitat, a greenhouse dome collects real sunlight. Its walls are transparent, composites coated to filter harmful UV rays. Inside, lunar plants grow in soil mixed with nutrients. They are part of an experiment. How do plants behave in 1/6 gravity? Can root systems adapt? Can pollination occur naturally? Nearby, a large rectangular platform hosts ISRU systems, in situ resource utilization machines, that extract oxygen from regolith and hydrogen from ice. They produce methane for rocket fuel. They melt rock to make bricks. One machine compacts regolith into tiles, forming roads that connect the modules, infrastructure, made on site. The crew is small, just 6 people at any one time, but constantly rotating. They are not colonists, not yet. They are engineers, biologists, medics, and mission specialists. Each rotation stays for 180 days. They are supported by Earth, but not dependent on it. The goal is self-sufficiency. When the crew first arrived, they wore rigid EVA suits to step outside. Now, they use next-gen soft suits, lighter, more flexible, equipped with augmented HUDs and biometric sensors. Stepping out is still dangerous. One tear in the suit, one equipment failure, one wrong step, and there is no atmosphere to save you. Outside, near the storage domes, robotic rovers work continuously. They gather regolith, move equipment, and transport cargo between modules. These rovers are semi-autonomous, directed by mission control on Earth with occasional local override. Some are construction bots, others are surveyors. They operate even when humans sleep. A robotic digger moves toward a newly excavated trench. It's laying cable a new communications line between the habitat and the landing pad. The landing pad is made of sintered regolith, baked in place by focused sunlight using a heliostat array. Each arriving vehicle must land precisely to avoid disturbing the delicate surface. One of the older modules is a lab. Inside, petri dishes hold samples of lunar microbes, not life from the moon, but Earth life altered by exposure to lunar conditions. How do bacteria behave in low gravity? Do they mutate faster? Do they become resistant or weakened? These are questions with implications for long-term survival. A separate chamber holds medical equipment. CT scanners, surgical robots, gene sequencers. The goal is not just to treat illness, but to prevent it. Radiation exposure is tracked in real time. DNA is scanned weekly. Bone density is monitored constantly in 1/6 gravity. Calcium leaches from bones rapidly. Astronauts exercise 2 hours a day using resistance suits and magnetic treadmills. Without this, their bodies would deteriorate. But how do humans really live on the moon? Not just survive, but find meaning. Each module includes private quarters, 3-meter cubes with beds, desks, display panels, and VR stations. One wall simulates a window with scenes from Earth forests, oceans, cities. Another shows messages from home. There is music. There are birthdays. There is solitude. A central dome serves as a common space. Here, the crew gathers to eat, talk, and decompress. The ceiling is covered in artificial skylights panels, showing a simulation of Earth's sky in real time. Clouds drift by. Stars twinkle. It's not real, but it helps. On one wall, a plaque lists every person who lived here, their mission duration, their contributions. Beneath it, a quote, "We came not to escape Earth, but to complete it." How does time pass in a place with no day or night? It doesn't. It loops, cycles. Mission days, sleep cycles, shift rotations outside. The Earth rises and sets every 24 hours. A slow, pale blue globe on the horizon. But inside, time is controlled, scheduled, human. The base runs on protocols. Everything has a checklist. Air pressure is checked hourly. Temperature, humidity, Colorado DOE's levels. Emergency drills are practiced weekly. What to do in case of fire, depressurization, power failure. There is no room for mistakes. No second chances. The first test of the emergency systems came unexpectedly. A micrometeorite struck one of the cargo domes. A sharp alarm. The automatic sealant deployed. The dome was vented, contents lost, but no lives. A reminder, the moon does not care that you are here. Yet, despite this, humanity expands. Construction of a second habitat dome is underway. It will house the first permanent science team dedicated to lunar geology. Eventually, a mining facility will join it, extracting helium-3 and rare metals. Beyond that, a launch site for missions to Mars. The moon is no longer a destination, it is a platform. The crew prepares for a live link with Earth, a message from the lunar base to schools around the world. A child in Kenya asks, "What does it smell like on the moon?" The commander smiles. Inside the habitat, like plastic and machinery. Outside, nothing. But when we come back in, our suits smell like gunpowder. That's the regolith. Another question, will you live there forever? The response is quiet. We won't, but someone will. In the command dome, a wall shows Earth live video. Clouds swirl. Lightning flickers. Below that, resource levels, oxygen, water, fuel, power. This is not just a lab or an outpost. It's a system, a living organism with parts and cycles and needs. It's alive, in the way a city is alive. Not everything is perfect. Water recycling has a 96% efficiency, good, but not perfect. Filters clog. Nutrients must be balanced. Algae grows where it shouldn't. Mold creeps into ventilation. All of it must be managed. This is a place of constant maintenance. But in this management, something beautiful emerges. The base has its own culture, its own slang, its own traditions. Each new crew brings stories, leaves behind recipes, photos, books. Someone left a guitar. Another painted a mural of Earthrise on the common room wall. New arrivals are greeted with a ritual. 1 hour of silence in the observation dome, where the Earth hangs in space like a jewel. It is humbling, disorienting, clarifying. The moon has become more than rock. It is history and future. It is a place of firsts. The first child conceived here will be born within a decade. The first generation raised partly in 1/6 gravity will have different bones, different muscles, different dreams. They will not see the moon as a destination, but as home. Humanity has crossed a threshold. The moon is no longer a frontier, it is a foundation. And from this foundation, the stars await. In the next episode, we will see how satellites and nuclear tech reshape Mars missions in year 2050.